saying that Leah is cutting congruent triangle patches and with an area of 45 square centimeters. That means that each patch has that 45 square centimeter area. She's cutting them from a rectangular piece of fabric. And then the next part tells you that that fabric is 18 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide. So what I'm trying to find out is how many of the patches can she cut from 32 pieces of fabric. So there's a lot going on. I circled words like congruent, meaning same size triangles. That means all the triangles are the same size. If I stack them on one on the other and they're not different size triangle, that makes the problem a little bit easier. But this next part's telling me that the area of the triangle is 45 square units, each one, however many I need.
45 square units for
each triangle. And I think that's the tricky part, is to realize that each triangle has an area of that.
So one triangle is...
One triangle has 45 square centimeter area.
Square centimeters, okay.
So I'm going to put that on my triangle.
So if you think of the quadrilateral, Parker, right?
Right.
Each one of the corners of that quadrilateral, each angle is a 90-degree angle, right?
Right.
So the total of all of the angles of a quadrilateral are what?
Are 90 degrees.
Well, that's one, but there's 4 of them. So what's the total?
That'd be 360. Right?
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
Yes, it would be 360. Good.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is that she has she has several pieces of fabric, but I want to know for one, they told me what the size of one piece of fabric is. And she's cutting triangles from that fabric. I don't yet know how many triangles I'm going to get. And so I want to figure out, well, what's the area of the piece of paper? And it tells me, it doesn't tell me the area, but it tells me that the paper is 18 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide.
Which would be 180.
So that would be 180 square centimeters.
I did.
So the area of the rectangle is 180 square centimeters. The area of the triangles we're cutting from them is 45 square centimeters. I want to know how many of these green triangles can I get from this 180. So remember, area is the space. I want to know how many would fit in there, if however way I turned them around. So I could measure everything out careful and try to do trial and error. Another thing I could do is thinking down here, how many triangles would I get out of the 180, or how many 45s are in the 180, and that's where I'm doing that division problem down over here.
So what's the relationship, Parker, between a 45 centimeter, if I have 45 centimeters is the area of that triangle, what's the relationship between that and the 90-degree angle in the quadrilateral?
And a 90-degree angle.
So do you see a relationship between
45 is half of 90.
Perfect. So it's half of 90, right? Okay, I like that. Good job.
Can you use that to tell me how many 45s are in 180?
It would be 4.
It would be 4 of them.
Exactly.
So if I cut the triangles carefully, I could cut, if I'm careful, and I used a ruler, I could cut 4 of them from this paper. This is half the sheet. And if I had more hands, I could put the other half up in there. Well, maybe, oh, no. I was getting greedy. So I could cover with 4 of them. Now, that's for one sheet of fabric. She would get 4 triangles. The last part of the problem tells me she has 32 pieces of this fabric. So I don't have one of these, I have 32 of these. So each one gives me 4. So altogether, I would have 32 times 4, which is 128 triangles.
128. How many patches? So it would be 128.
128. So 30
100
times 4 is 120, and 4 times the 2 is the 8. 120 plus 8, 128.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. The best I can give you with the word problem is just try to draw a picture, try to make sense of it, and going back at the end to see if you answer what you have. So making sense of what you know and double checking that if what you're getting for your answer is answering the question.
And for me, I'm always looking for relationships between the numbers. I love that they used 45, 90, and 180 because I know that there's a relationship between all of those numbers, right? 45 is half of 90 and 90 is half of 180. So it kind of makes that part of the problem fun.
All right, I'm going to trade over my paper.